Oh, sorry, I was just thinking about something. What I was thinking about? Well, I was thinking about, like, you know how people say you can't really type kids? And I was thinking, is it we, because they don't have a clear type yet? Or is it because they are in a state where it's hard to see what their type really is? And I've recently been leaning towards the latter, actually. I think, yeah, I have found genetic evidence that type does seem to be a very real thing. People do seem to be born into different personalities, but there is a thing, like in Jungian terminology, we tend to talk about archetypes. And I think kids so often fall into the child archetype. And that's just where you, as a kid, fall into a certain relation relative to your parents and to your adult figures around you, where it's hard to be like fully yourself, to be like every side of yourself. And it's easy to fall into a certain role that can be kind of limiting. And I think a lot of people in these roles can be hard to type correctly. And I think it's true, especially true also for adults. Like there are a lot of adults that we can't really type because they are in parental archetype. They are in a certain role where they are neglecting certain of their core needs and certain of their core passions because they want to be serious, they are stressed, they want to be focused, they want to be good workers, they want to be live up to expectations socially or like from society or something. And I think whenever people are in these stereotypes, I mean these archetypes, I think it's easy to be mistyped. I think to be typed correctly, I think you have to be in the hero archetype. The hero archetype is like, it's the definition of your truest self. It's the definition of who you are at your best. And the hero archetype is simply a good definition of the archetype you go into when you are when you are trying to be a good person, when you're trying to let yourself be free, when you're trying to express your truest self, and you are on the path towards self realization, when you're starting a new journey, and when you're passionate about it, and when you're starting to learn things you didn't realize. I think that's when people are the most easy to type correctly. And I think when we have people around us that we dislike, people who to us appear like children, who appear dumb or who appear incompetent, or when we have people around us who appear to us like adults, like too serious, too stressed, too focused, I think we tend to say they are a certain archetype. So we will say the stressed ones, they are like ISTPs or ESTJs, and we will say the childish ones, they are like, I don't know, INFPs or something immature, something we think is immature. At least it's a projection, it's not the real type we're seeing. And this is a part of mistyping I think we should all be very careful of. Don't type someone as something you dislike because you dislike them, or because you're thinking, because you feel angry at them. You think you're being objective in doing it, but you're really not. And if you actually want to be a good personality psychologist, like if you actually want to help them, if you actually want to get in tune with them, start asking them questions. Start asking them serious questions. Sit down with them and do the test. Sit down with them and tell them, ask them, what would you pick in this situation? Why do you do this? Why do you do that? How do you feel about this? Start really getting to know these people, because uh, when you're feeling frustrated at someone, it's not because they are a type that your type is cannot ever coexist happily with. It's because you haven't, you don't truly know them, and they aren't truly being themselves around you. And if you want to know them, if you want to connect with people, if you want to be good with people at your work, if you want people to feel like, whoa, this person makes me feel seen, this person makes me feel understood, this person is harmonious and happy, to be good to be around, then obviously you want to start developing your emotional wisdom and emotional maturity, and your best start is to start finding out who their real self is.